Hey guys, how are you doing? I wanted to speak with you about a couple of topics. Of course, that when you open your mouth, the words of God, words of Hashem, words of the Lord is shining out, and then your plans doesn't mean so much. So we'll start with our plans and we'll see what Hashem is planning for us. But Shalom Aleichem everyone. Thank you for joining us. So first of all, I wanted to remind you of two very important meanings or ways to understand the meaning of the name Rabbi, a teacher, Rav, Rabbi, in the holy language of Hebrew. So first of all, the word Rabbi, in Hebrew, you write it with three letters, Resh, Bet, Yud. And first of all, there is the simple meaning of the word rabbi. What does it mean, a rabbi? So a rabbi, first of all, was like a name of honor, to respect an honorable person that was basically teaching and guiding under and based on the rules and codes of the Torah, of the Bible, and the oral Torah that been given by the righteous ones to the sages, to those wise and very powerful that are swimming in divine spirit, righteous ones who opened our eyes for the generations, for the future to come, to understand the real true intention of the scripts, of the verses of the Bible and the books of prophets. And the word to respect one of those teachers and every one of the teachers of the Israeli nation, of the Jewish nation, Jewish people, is to use that name, Rabbi. And the word Rabbi is written with three letters, Resh, Bet, Yud. And it's very important to hear this lesson and to understand something about the meaning of the word Rabbi. The word Rabbi is being written Resh, Bet, Yud, and it's coming to teach us that with those kind of teachers, with rabbis, you have two options. One is a good one, and one is a bad one. There is a good rabbi, and there is a bad rabbi. There is one rabbi that will take you to life, and one that might hurt you, and that it's better for you not to follow. Like in any other aspect in life, you have two options, good and bad, light and darkness, and positive and negative, right and left, and also with teachers, also with rabbis. So the letters Resh, Bet, Yud are coming to tell us a combination of three words that their first letters will build and compose the word rabbi. So we have Resh, Bet, and Yud. So the first, and we'll go with the positive first, is Rosh Bnei Israel. Rosh, Resh for the word Rosh, Bet, Bnei, Israel, Yud, Rabbi, Rabbi, Rosh Bnei Israel, that he is a head of the children of Israel. He is a leader. He is a person that is able to take the nation of Israel and to uplift them and to host them, to contain them, to embrace them, to love them, to respect them, to guide them. And he is not a group of a certain section. He is not a leader of a certain group. He is not a head chief rabbi of a certain group of people. He, in his intention, the intention of his heart, is to open his arms and to teach and to embrace all the souls of Israel. He's not rejecting no one. even if he will belong or attached or connected to a certain stream, to a certain community, in his mind and his heart is full with compassionate love to all souls, to all people. And therefore, if you're a little bit different, he won't reject you. He won't kick you out of his synagogue. If you found a rabbi that is not loving and not accepting and not representing that deep understanding that we just got and learned about a rabbi, that he should be the head of all Bnei Israel, so on him it is being said, Reshaim b'choshech idamu. The second option of the word rabbi is Reshaim, evil people, b'choshech, in darkness, idamu, will go silent, means won't have the ability to speak no more, in complete darkness. And we should understand that you have people who pretend to be righteous rabbis and righteous and pure, but actually are very evil and are being called rabbis. And we need to stay away from them. And like I said many times, the way to know, to define between a good to bad, a positive to negative, is based on your senses, on your ability. There can be that milk is a very nutritious drink, but if you're sensitive to lactose, you won't be able to enjoy it, and only you can know it. Only you can tell about yourself when you drink, if your stomach aches, so you know it's not good for you. If you feel that it gave you life and revived you and healed you and strengthened you, so you know, all right, milk is my drink, I can go forward with it, continue, consume it. So a person with his senses must pay attention to the feelings he has when he learns from a certain teacher, from a certain rabbi. And that rabbi can be good for him, but can be very wrong for you. Can be very uplifting and healing for a certain person, but for you, you can't feel it, and even worse, it can bring you down, can reject you, can make you feel bad with yourself. So it's not good for you. And you just need to count on yourself that if you found a rabbi that for you is leading in a wrong path, stay away. If you see that he's also damaging others, for sure you must let people know and warn from him. But generally, if it just does not give you happiness and joy and hope for life, so just be strong enough not to follow that person and to move on with your path to look for positivity. So that is the meaning of the word rabbi, and it's very important for me and for you to know that. And I want to tell you, today in our generation, people are counting on rabbis if they have a certain diploma, if they have a certain certificate written and signed by rabbis that qualified them to be rabbis, to be called rabbis. And there is a certain entity, I think it's called entity, that is called the Rabbanut in Israel, that is qualifying rabbis. And myself, I never went to learn hasmacha, to go and to learn how to become a rabbi. And I'm not pretending to be a rabbi. I don't claim to be a rabbi. Even though that two of my rabbis that taught me for many, many years, both of them qualified me, and I have as well those letters from them, that I am qualified to teach and to distribute Torah around the world, and as well on top of that to run a Jewish community and a synagogue and a Bet Knesset. And I'm a mensch, I'm a good friend. Now, Of course, those letters are with me, and if someone cares about it, I'll be more than happy to show you those nice documents. But in any case, I am not claiming to be a qualified rabbi, and I'm not pretending to be. I am just a person that really cares about you, about people, and I'm doing the best that I can to assist and to teach and to shine the light of truth and the Torah to every person who desires that. And I'm doing that out of my goodwill and my pure intentions. And I don't work for no one. And therefore, I don't need to justify myself. I'm just doing the best that I can. So today I got some very nasty email from a person that unfortunately had questions about me, and because that I know that the world is infected with a lot of gossip and nonsense, so I just have mercy on your souls, and therefore I'm just letting you know that a real leader is a leader that is loving and caring and supportive and trying to do the best that he can to help other people and to make their life better and nicer. And I know that I'm following up on those wonderful lines and that I'm doing the best that I can to help. And if someone has questions about me, so I hope you're going to get the right answers and going to find true happiness in your life. Now, that was the first topic I wanted to mention, the meaning of the word rabbi and the real deep intention that is installed and treasured inside of that. And it's very important for everyone to know what to look for in a guide, in a teacher, in a mentor, in a rabbi, that he will give you life, that he will connect you to the nation of Israel, that he will connect you to your true identity, that he will help you to believe that Hashem, that the Creator, he loves you, he cares about you, and I'm with you, no problem. Second thing I wanted to mention is the redemption, and I really want to speak with you about the redemption. The redemption. The redemption is the most beautiful thing that will take place on earth. And there is so much to say, and I really want to share with you my thoughts, but it's like too much to break down to words. It might be very, very long speech, but I'll try to touch it in another way, a little bit more. So first of all, I want to tell you that about the creation and the redemption. The creation is actually a screen of separation between the divine light to our life, to where we are stuck behind that curtain. And so as a person that is under that curtain, that is under the rules of nature and of creation, so the rules of nature applies to you. Like you are stuck behind that curtain and you try to move and it's heavy, and you try to run but it's far, and you try to make it on time but it's short, and like you do and you try and you move things, but you're from the other side. You're from the other side of creation means that all rules of nature, of physicality, apply on you, and therefore you're not able to cross and to become one completely with the world, with life itself, with the Creator. Now the Creator from the other side is standing, and for him all the creation is one. Now, we are experiencing it as individuals because we fell into that trap of physicality, and therefore everyone is experiencing world from his own self, from his own prison, from inside his own body that made out of clay. And the Creator, he took clay, chomer, earth, and mix it with fire and water and warm it up and built the world, and he built the figures and he built the ground and he built everything, and then he sent light of life into creation and revived it all. Poof! And suddenly everything is alive. Suddenly everything is moving. Suddenly everything can work. Everything is running, the systems. He's not just illustrating and it looks alive. He makes it looks alive, and then put life into it. And then it starts moving. And that's what he did with us. Now, that spirit that he blew inside of us is his own spirit, means it is himself. It's his own inside that he sent and was blowing into our physical bodies. And therefore, a godly feeling of divine spirit, of deep understanding, lives inside a very constricted and limited cell, vehicles, bodies. And the Creator lives inside of us, and we are the Creator himself inside our own individual bodies. And we need to break through that prison. We need to rise, to believe, to count, to have confidence in him, to have hopes, to pray, to break those systems of nature and to rise up on them and to go to the heights, to the highest levels of them all. And about redemption, I want to mention again, and like I spoke about it many times, but those things must come back and to be discussed more often, that time does not really exist, and every moment in time is an eternal existing moment, even if for you it passed already, or that it happened in a different generation that you're not feeling relate to that because you don't have that memory. But that moment is eternal and standing and existing forever, every moment. And it's like a movie that you just saw that minute and now you're in a different minute. But if you're going to go back and like return to that place, you're going to see that again, because like it was recorded, it's there, you can watch it again. So the world is recorded. The world is being shot from all angles, from all directions. Everything is alive. Everything is seeing itself in different shapes and sizes and measures, and like all the creation fills each other, and all the creation sense and involved and depend, and it's huge harmony, and it's all synchronized and all built as one, and all the lands, all the lakes, all the flowers, all the birds, all the animals, all the people, and not only today, also yesterday and the day before, and like in the beginning, and everything is existing. And when you look at things from your under the screen point of view, you have your own individual experience. All right, I don't get it, I don't understand, but why I'm so short, why I'm so empty, why I'm so poor, why I'm so weak? Because you look at it from here. But now try to go above, to look at things from a divine eyesight point of view, and then you're going to see that all those shapes are creations. They're not realistic figures. They are a creation. They've been created. And that will be the understanding of all of us in Redemption Day. All of us, we will rise above our own individuality and the prison of our own needs and feelings, and we're just going to see everything from a different angle, from a higher and elevated perspective. And we're going to see the worlds, all of them. We will be able to see how it was all a journey that started back then, thousands of years ago. And since then, people went and walked and climbed and fell and opened and closed and burned and watered and washed and ate and puked and fought and killed and died and lived and saved and Everything happened in all the states, in all the villages, in all the countries, in all the cities. Building went up in the air and went down back to the ground, and kingship been destroyed and been rebuilt with different people, populations, billions of people filled the world and still filling the world, and plagues in this generation and in that generation, and fires and in that land, and thousands and millions of refugees and people running and carrying their sacks on their backs and their backpacks and running and hiding at nights, at mornings, in the shelters, in the basements, under the trees, on the peak of the highest mountains, in the lowest valleys, hiding underwater, above the water, killing each other, raping each other, loving each other, supporting each other, in Chinese, in Indonesian, in English, in French, in Russian, in German, in Hebrew, the holy language, in Greek, in Italian, in all the languages, in Afrikanos, in every language, people talking and explaining. And everything is a creation. Everything is a creation. Everything is what Hashem did. And those souls that are trapped in bodies are that amazing, endless light of His greatness that is treasured in small portions, in tiny vessels. Those are us. But all of us together are the soul of Adam and Eve, the gigantic, perfect soul. And we're all one. Just we are under that cover of clay, of earth, that is blocking our eyesight from seeing the greatness of His completion and unity. And this is a lesson that not every rabbi can teach you. This is a lesson that only few individuals are able to pass. You know why? Because they passed certain tests that other rabbis did not pass, unfortunately. And I bless every one of you, my dear students and partners, to hold on strong and not to back off because of loneliness and sadness and pain, and to understand that all this crazy journey that we are in it is about to shift, is about to rise, is about to become the day of redemption, when all forces of nature will show their surrender and loyalty to the loving kindness of God above. And suddenly all the systems will work perfectly, synchronized, just to bring and reveal the endless love of the Father to His children. Redemption Day. We're waiting for that. Support us, like us, share us, copy the links and send it to your friends. Do whatever you can to help us to promote this wonderful page and those wonderful classes online, and save lives. Help us to save lives of people. And may the Creator bless you by the merit of your generosity to see only good, to rise and shine, bloom, and to fix and correct the world like we should, and able to, and are willing to. Bless you. The world does not exist, because Olam Milshon Ne'elem, the world is just blocking the light of truth. The world called Alma Deshika, world of light, is just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion. It's just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion. We're just inside of an illusion.